When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from the Brainerd Dispatch will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at BrainerdDispatch.com. Good morning, Brainerd Lakes area. It's Friday, January 9th. I'm Teresa Burke with your Brainerd Dispatch Minute, the weekday podcast of the Brainerd Dispatch, brought to you by Boyd & Francis Law Firm, catching you up on the news of the Brainerd Lakes area. Here are today's top local headlines. But first, let's hear from our sponsor.
Remember just two things. Boyd & Francis, good. Insurance companies, bad.
Boyd & Francis gets it done. 828-9211.
Aitkin man Brian Pippett was released from custody this week following the Minnesota Pardon Board's vote to grant him a sentence commutation. Pippett spent over 2 decades in prison following a conviction of first-degree murder in 2001. He was convicted of murdering Evelyn Malin in 1998. Pippett has maintained his innocence and now plans to work with the Great North Innocence Project to clear his name. Reporter Tim Spire has the full story in today's e-edition and at BrainerdDispatch.com. A 20-year extension on the local option sales tax in Baxter could generate $77 million. The issue was before the City Council this week. The local sales tax is 0.5%. The state is now required to pass a resolution and submit it to the tax chairs of the House and Senate in the state legislature to start the process. Read more on the issue and managing editor Renee Richardson's story in today's Dispatch e-edition or online. Northeast Brainerd residents who live near Gustafson Park voiced their opposition to development of the land into housing. 3 residents spoke during the public forum of the City Council's last meeting, asking the council to keep the park as is. The council is exploring the idea of selling the park to turn it into much-needed housing. Residents said the park is too valuable to lose for the neighborhood. I've got more on the park in today's e-edition. From former Dispatch publisher Terry McCullough's column, This Was Brainerd, exploring the Dispatch archives, here's today's tidbit of local history, brought to you by Mills Automotive Group. 100 years ago today, in 1926, the Dispatch reported that a bulletin has been posted in the Northern Pacific Railroad shops to the effect that 82 men will be permanently laid off at the close of business on January 11th. The specific numbers will be 55 in the locomotive department, 17 in the car department, and 10 in the storeroom. For a daily dose of This Was Brainerd, visit BrainerdDispatch.com or find McCullough's column in the newspaper or e-edition. Now here's today's Lakes area forecast, brought to you by JN Tree Service and Landscaping.
Happy Friday, Brainerd Lakes area. We're looking at a somewhat mild day today with temperatures topping out around 30 degrees for the afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with light winds. And then for the evening time, looking at some scattered snow showers possible. And then going into the weekend, seeing mostly cloudy skies for the weekend time. Saturdays mainly cloudy with a little bit of a northwest breeze and chillier, looking at those temperatures staying in the mid to upper teens. But then by Sunday, we get those 20s back. So Sunday's the pick day of the week with mostly cloudy skies, so could see a little bit more sunshine and seeing some relatively lighter winds. Then by next week, looking at a couple more milder days on tap before seeing our next chance of snow showers later on in the week. This is Storm Tracker meteorologist Stefan Sundin.
Thanks to Mills Automotive Group, Boyd & Francis Law Firm, and JN Tree Service and Landscaping for their support. And thank you for listening to the Brainerd Dispatch Minute. For more news throughout the day and for information on becoming a subscriber, visit BrainerdDispatch.com. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday.